I was supposed to go on a date yesterday and I kind of chickened out. I've been single for 3 years. I was married for 7 years before that. So it was 2012 when I was last single, and things were very different to how they are now. Now, obviously, I'm older. I don't go out clubbing. I don't have a huge amount of friends. How am I supposed to meet people? So there's these apps, right? And I was so hesitant in downloading them and had heard so many horrific stories. And I just really didn't want to do it. So that's why it's been 3 years of being single. But now I've been talking to a nice man, and I mean, I don't know if it'll go anywhere or anything, but he's asked me out on a date, and he created an elaborate date for us, which was very kind and very lovely. And my daughter was up all night, and I was so tired, so I bailed. I told him, but I feel terrible about it. So now we're having a redo tomorrow, and it's going to be a lot less intense. It's just meeting at a cafe. But man, I'm so nervous just because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I don't know what to say. I don't know. It's such a different landscape now. So if you have any great advice, I would so love to hear it, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Any advice from you, gentlemen? My advice is don't divorce your man and then look for the next best thing after you're a single mother. It's kind of pathetic to be 30 plus, you have kids and you don't know what you're doing with your life. Kind of pathetic if you ask me. So don't get divorced. It's as simple as that. But you may say, oh, but we don't get along together. We have irreconcilable differences. Okay, then don't marry and have kids in the first place, right? Marriage is something, that should be taken seriously. If you don't think that you're up to the task to have kids, be a mother, be with a man forever, then don't get married in the first place. Live alone or be a dumpster. I don't care, but don't marry to then divorce. Ruin your husband's life, ruin your daughter's life, and just be so miserable in the end. But guys, with that being said, let's jump to our first woman here, the first candidate to be absolutely mocked on this channel for our entertainment and our, education, for educational purposes. Let's see, gentlemen.
I know everyone uses dating apps nowadays, but just picture this. So you go to the food store, or as some people like to say, the grocery store, and you're going for your weekly run. Okay, you need to grab a few things. So you go in there, you're shopping, you're going down the aisle with the snacks, because what is life without snacks? And you're picking up some chips, maybe some sour cream and onion. You turn your head, boom. What is standing next to you other than a 6 foot tall, beautiful looking man? And you just go, and you look back over, and now you're staring at the chips, but you're not seeing anything. You're not seeing. All you're thinking about, you're hyper focused on your body and what you look like and how you're conducting yourself. And now you feel like you can't even breathe. You're like trying to control your breath so you don't seem weird. He's minding his own business. He doesn't even see you. He doesn't even realize you're there. And you're just freaking out, and you then go to grab the Doritos. Boom, you guys are grabbing the same pack of Doritos. Now we're nervous. As if we weren't nervous before, now we're freaking out because we just grabbed the same bag. It's awkward now. So you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. No, you take that. I'll take the next one. Oh, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Do you live around here? Oh my gosh, he just opened up conversation. He just opened up the conversation. You're sweating now. You're sweating. You're so nervous. And you say, yeah, I come here all the time and I've never seen you. Now you seem like a creep. Now you seem awkward. Now you seem awkward, and now you're freaking out on the inside because you just sounded like a creep, like a stalker, and you're worried about what he thinks of you now. But now you haven't heard what he just said to you because you were too busy in your head. So you say, oh, sorry, what'd you say? And he goes, what are you up to tonight? Because it's a Friday night. It's a Friday night. He's looking to have some fun. He wants to go out with you. He's asking you what you're up to. And you say, nothing, thought I might meet up with some friends or something. And he goes, oh, cool, where are you going? I'd love to meet up with you too. Boom. Boom. He's asking you out over a bag of Doritos, bro. Does it get any better than that? So please tell me, why do we use dating apps?
All right, gentlemen. So this woman apparently is into those sort of guys. What was it? I can't quite remember. The ones with good morals, or was it the 6 feet tall, attractive man? Cannot quite remember, guys. I think it was a 6 feet tall man. Now, kind of showing your colors there. Woman will always say, I want the emotionally intelligent man. I want the man, you know, who listens to me and who is good at conversations, yada yada. No, they want the 6 feet tall giga chad. You know, let's be honest about it. And guys, imagine the same scenario. Imagine you are in the shop, right? And you're talking with your friends and you say, man, at the store, I met this woman with huge melons. Damn, I wish she'd talk to me, etc. What are your friends gonna tell you? They're gonna tell you, well, a good job about the nice melons, but you know, she probably wasn't girlfriend material. Because here's the thing, guys. The difference in this aspect between men and women, we are both human, right? So the first thing that you like about a person is his physical appearance before you get to talk him. We all understand that that's the first impression, that's the first thing that you like about someone, and based on whether you like him or not, you are interested to have a conversation or not. But the thing is, first off, men, they have deeper roots, if I could say this. So men are not only looking about the physical appearance, which is still important. I mean, men are blamed for being too physical most of the time. But the thing is, men care so much more about the deep stuff than women do, you know? So men are not willing to be, you know, not willing to date a woman who, for example, is attractive, but is a pain in the butt. You know, men are not willing to date her. One night stand, maybe, but not girlfriend material. So, woman, you can be as attractive as you want, but if you don't have a good personality, if you're going to be a pain, you know, a daily routine of pain, nobody will commit to you, right? Women, on the other hand, they really don't care. They start dates with the chads, the Tyrones, the bad guys, and then they cry when it goes wrong, you know? So that's one thing in hand. The other thing is men are down to earth, right? We are down to earth, so a normal guy who is a 5, 6 out of 10 will never think that he has a chance with a 9 out of 10 woman that has this perfect body, you know, hourglass body, just really attractive. Yeah, you know, nice to fantasize, but we know to what type of woman, you know, what level, rank of woman we are, you know, we are able to secure. Women, on the other hand, like this girl feels that she is entitled to the top 5% of men, which is just not true. It's not how it works. You are not deserving of that type, you know? Men don't have a problem with this. Yes, everybody prefers the most attractive girl, but we don't really strive towards things that we cannot achieve. And because we're down to earth, it's normal, right? For women, it doesn't go that way. They think that because those 10 guys are attracted to her, or those 20, 30, 50 men that are attracted to her, you know, messaging her on her DMs, etc., they think that the whole universe revolves around them because of that, right? Because of the attention they receive, because everyone is kissing their asses. So they think that, you know, somehow everything on earth belongs to them, and they feel entitled to that sort of man. And yeah, well, it turns out those sort of men, you know, the top percentage of men who are really rich and attractive and tall, etc., well, it turns out they have many other options, and they are not interested in a mid girl. So I hope that answers your question, madam.
I want to talk to those of you today who are dating with kids, all right? And I'll talk to you about some of my pet peeves that I have seen people with kids make, that even though I don't have kids, just the four-legged kind, it's still, I feel the pain of the children, all right? I feel the pain of the situation. So here we go, starting with a big mistake that I've had some of my male clients make, unfortunately. Okay, there has been, thank God it's not too often, there has been the occasion where a client will come along and he says, Gina, I got an upcoming vacation, taking my kids on vacation. Can you get a date for me to bring with us? And I'm like, oh, the answer to that is no. Why? Because Gina feels like you only get one shot at raising your kids. You only get one shot at spending certain amounts of time with them when they're young and impressionable. And in one case, the kids were quite young, and in the other case, the kids were older. But either way, they were like young adults. Either way, it's not cool. You know, even if your kids won't say it, today Gina's going to say it for them. They just want you time, okay? Save your dating for your private life, all right? But I got a couple of others for you that you'll get ready for, okay? Number 2, if you made it to my video the other day, I said how one girl, a woman, had been dating my client, and she just shuffled her kids off to friends or her mother just to make herself completely available to not only date my client, I didn't add in, her other travel adventures that she was doing on her own. Okay? Again, I'm going to remind you guys, you got one shot while your kids are little and growing up. Why miss any of those crucial opportunities for traveling or dating? I personally am against it. All right? And the biggest one of all is coming up. So hang on. All right, the biggest mistake I see people make when they have kids and they are dating is choosing partners that do not get along with their kids. And maybe some of you guys have kids that are assholes. So you think, well, my kids are assholes anyway, so I'm going to ignore that and I'm going to still be with this person even though they don't get along with my kids. No. This relationship, unfortunately, I'm the bearer of the bad news here, bearer of bad news. This relationship's just not for you. It's not for your family. Because one day, at some point, you are going to regret it. It is going to be tumultuous, turmoil. Even if you marry this person, the drama will never end. So don't do it.
All right, so we have the probably first marriage counselor on this channel that actually says something that is not absolutely ludicrous. But again, we don't take advice about kids from someone who doesn't have kids. The same way you should not take advice about marriage from people who can't keep marriages or don't have marriages. But with that out of the way, I agree with her. Like many, especially the female gender, they're trying to have everything at once. They want to have fun in their 20s, go around riding the carousel. Then they want to marry, have kids. Because the time is, that the clock is ticking, gentlemen. We have to have kids before 40. Then they get divorced and they want to, at the same time, while having kids, date multiple men. They have a roster even at 40. And they try to have that while at the same time having kids. So you can sort of figure out what will happen with those kids, what sort of example their mother, is showing them. And the reason why I say mother and not father, the reason why I'm talking about women is because, let's face the fact, most people who keep the children after the divorce are women. So a last thought for this video, gentlemen, is that people today, especially women, they don't commit to the choices they make. As previously mentioned, they go into marriage, they say the oath, right, till death do its part, and then they don't commit to that. They don't commit to their marriage, they don't commit to their man, they don't respect him, they don't try in that relationship. Maybe they try a month or two, but then they, if it's hard, let's just break off the marriage, I'm gonna find me a new one. They have kids, they don't commit to these kids. We are already divorced, we have kids, and instead of taking care of them and trying to provide the best for them, even as a single mother, what we do is spend time dating. And dating on Tinder, which is even worse. Like we spend energy, time on dating some men that we barely know, that just bring more bad experiences into our lives. And, people don't like to commit, right? We live in the era of instant gratification. We want everything to be easy and accessible. And again, the reason why I'm mentioning women especially is because they are the ones who, if I could say, benefit out of these instant gratification more than men do, because women have it so much easier to marry, to find a partner, to find, you know, to have 100 matches on Tinder, right? It's so easy for them. It's so accessible. Everything is at the grasp of their fingers. So they often try and have everything at once. They often try and have their cake and eat it too, and it's just bad. It's bad for the kids. It's bad for them themselves, even if they don't realize it. And well, eventually it's bad for the guys who are actually looking for something serious, and their pool is just dating mothers over 30. But with that, we'll end the video, gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Leave me your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you next time.